man, you know one thing that been consistent throughout this whole conversation is you being exposed to something and then turn it into something creative. That's something you've been doing like all your life?
Yeah, because it's good to be unique and be different, you feel me? Like, how can you stand out? And I got a line in a tune where I say, maybe it's an unreleased, but I say, even when I sit, I stand out.
That's a bad, man. That's a fucking bad.
Yeah, so it's like, it's just we are people afraid to be different. I strive for that.
And again, you mentioned fear. Because you said something to me earlier that was super powerful that I can definitely take to the heart, where you said I'd identify the fear and then I coach it out. And like, that to me is so powerful, right? Because I tell you earlier, we in the Matrix and there's a lot of mental games, right? And you need that mental fortitude and be able to, like you said, sit with yourself and take that introspective dive. Where do you think that come from though? Because what you just described to me is a tool. I guarantee you I didn't read a book that talk about what you said, you just say it a different type of way.
That now come from like, I would say like migrating when I did move to NY.
Yeah.
That shit was like, remember like how old I was when I moved back? 22 or something like that, early 20s, right? And just transitioning into like, okay, bye big man, I never pay rent before, like I gonna just, sorry to say it, you know, by just talking my true, like, you know, big on my parents them and come from good home and so they did well. So at the end of the day, like I wasn't exposed to paying rent at a young age.
Yeah.
So in the Caribbean, we don't really, you know, and if we want to move out with parents' house and go wherever, but they don't chow us out and they don't run us. We normally build a space and add on to the family house.
Without a doubt.
That's how we get on, cause home is home, you feel me?
I want the Sunday food.
I want my pie. Yeah. So now leaving my habitat now, you know, going out there and, you know, like, you know, so family members like, but you gotta learn how to swim on your own, yeah. New York, you feel me? This is how we be a check and end up had to jump out and live on my own, get my own apartment and these things, working like 2 jobs and these things to like just pay your rent. You're just doing 2 jobs just to pay your rent alone. So I just had to man up real quick and like, you know, get down and do what I gotta do and just pivot actually. That's one of my favorite words then, because I feel like that's also another word that represent me as somebody would like, you know when to and how to pivot when it's necessary. You check I don't stay the same, and that tie back into being a multifaceted artist.
And just a unique individual
altogether. So, you know, I just had to like adapt, and I feel like I just adapt well to my environment, seeing that the end coming up in like Newtown, you feel me? Like Newtown in a soft soap community, bro.
Nah.
You understand? It's like it prepare you, you know, to be able to maneuver in different environments. So, you know, just getting like the culture and being able to, you know, navigate, it help a lot for me out there.
Nah, big facts, man.
Yeah, so that was just that was it for me.
It's important that you say, I know you just kind of gloss over it a little bit, but I just want to go back to the fact that you say you was working 2 jobs just to pay the rent. And I think that it's important to just harp on the fact that ain't a better roses out there. And when you get out there, it's you and you, regardless of who with you.
Yeah, I can remember telling my mother, like, but mommy, I want to move back home. You know, my mother tell me, but me, you know who you talking to on the phone, yeah, but me raised no punk.
Your mom's is a G for that, man, but that's what you need to hear, though.
Yeah, and I like, but that they tough me up, man. And that she said just tough it out, and you know, and wherever she could assist me, she would assist me. Understand? So, yeah, so big up Mamsie all the time.
Nah, for sure, sure.
That's like my role model, you feel me?
Nah, man, like, and it's amazing to hear you say that, bro, because I used to assume that everybody come from a home like that. You know what I mean? Where you got love in the home.
Yeah.
And that's not always the case, and you won't know that until like you got conversations with other people. And what I noticed too is money ain't necessarily got anything to do with it, because you could come from a home with money but not love.
Correct.
And the love does nurture you in such a way, and that's something I didn't even notice until my mother passed away. If you are saying, and
condolences again.
Appreciate you, bro. It's like just that watering you to say, hey, I'm gonna be proud of you regardless, but they see the light in you to not to keep motivating you, because this one, he gonna do something if he decide to do something.
Yeah, because you know what it is, bro, is like what to keep me humble and grounded too, because like, you know, like your parents would like set out a plan in their head for you.
Yeah. Right?
And you might go rogue and do your own thing and find your success your own way, right?
Yeah.
So it's always like, it's like a humbling, whereas despite what going on in music, my mom will still be like, yo, why you don't go do this? How you don't go do that? It's like, none of this was happening, really like, man, I'm saying registering and she know what's going on, but it's like a matter to her.
Yeah.
So it's like she care about other stuff. And just like sometimes hearing that is like motivate you to not stick to one thing, you know, like, and I believe like the biggest honor you could just honor your parents in a mistake where like I feel like, you know, I can't please all the time or them all the time. I kind of unruly and they do my own thing now and again because I'm my own individual. But I would listen.
Yeah.
And I feel like just even like, you know, she might be like, oh, but you ain't a dummy. Why you just don't go back to school, get a degree or do something? Like, just those things help keep me grounded, bro. Man, how to explain it. Like, I never get too lost in the sauce. Like,
that's important.
Like the artist vibe. Like like people around me pull me back to reality like real quick. Like I never feel like I always feel like just a normal individual if I'm up on the project. Like so some people like would react differently maybe when what you doing here? You understand? So, but sometimes you don't forget, like, as an artist, I use this public figure, this individual, so people sometimes might view you in a different light that you ain't even viewing yourself, you feel? I need a more. Yo, chill for you, you're careful. Word around town, I back and road. Man a big stage bully, let's rock and roll. They don't want like just watch and scroll. Man full enough shoes that different soul. So me lock and load. Pussy, me in a back and forth. Silly Willy, even nearly know I am. My life like captions, plenty gold. You could ask me shack. I been the goat. Like Conris, everybody take the boat. RB, I go and Nevis, take the boat. Who can swim better learn to